Hello world, this is Bible Time Kapsule. I'm Citizen, and today is November 26th, 2013. We are beginning the book of Judges. On the previous page is an image, as you can see there, and beneath it reads, Samson caught 300 foxes. He tied between each pair of tails torches. The Philistines bound him with 2 new ropes. Near him was the fresh jawbone of an ass. He grasped it, and with it killed 1,000 men. With it killed 1,000 men. That's Judges 15, 4 through 16. So, back to the beginning of the book of Judges. Section 1, Palestine after the death of Joshua. And we're going to have a little problem here, because what happened was, the Bible that I have, it printed this page, chapter 4, that chapter 4 is on, right? Runs like, I don't know, this flap, you see it's blank, basically a big printing error. So what I'm going to be doing is, when we get to, well, chapter 1, what we're about to read now, doesn't look like it's going to be affected much, but tomorrow, chapter 2, we're going to have to come up with a little solution for that. But anyway, all that as it is, chapter 1, section 1, Palestine after the death of Joshua. The first section is pagan survivors. Let's begin then. After the death of Joshua, the Israelites consulted the Lord, asking, who shall be first among us to attack the Canaanites and to do battle with them? The Lord answered, Judah shall attack. I have delivered the land into his power. Judah then said to his brother Simeon, come up with me into the territory allotted to me, and let us engage the Canaanites in battle. I will likewise accompany you into the territory allotted to you. So Simeon went with him. When the forces of Judah attacked, the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their power. And they slew 10,000 of them in Bezek. It was in Bezek that they came up upon Adoni-Bezek and fought against him. When they defeated the Canaanites and the Perizzites, Adoni-Bezek fled. They set out in pursuit, and when they caught him, cut off his thumbs and his big toes. At this, Adoni-Bezek said, 70 kings with their thumbs and big toes cut off used to pick up scraps under my table. As I have done, so has God repaid me. He was brought to Jerusalem, and there he died. The Judahites fought against Jerusalem and captured it, putting it to the sword. Then they destroyed the city by fire. Afterwards, the Judahites went down to fight against the Canaanites who lived in the mountain region, in the Negev, and in the foothills. Judah also marched against the Canaanites who dwelt in Hebron, which was formerly called Kiriath Arbi, and defeated Sasai, Ahiman, and Tholmai. From there they marched against the inhabitants of Debir, which was formerly called Kiriath Sepher. And Caleb said, I will give my daughter Aksah in marriage to the one who attacks Kiriath Sepher and captures it. Othniel, son of Caleb's brother, Sinez, captured it. So Caleb gave him his daughter Aksah in marriage. On the day of her marriage to Othniel, she induced him to ask her father for some land. Then, as she alighted from the ass, Caleb asked her, what is troubling you? Give me an additional gift, she answered. Since you have assigned land since you have assigned land in the Negev to me, give me also pools of water. So Caleb gave her the upper and the lower pool. The descendants of the Sinite, Sinite, C-I-N-I-T-E. The descendants of the Sinite, Moses' father-in-law, came up with the Judites from the city of palms to the desert at Arad, which is in the Negev. But they later left and settled among the Amalekites. Judah then went with his brother Simeon, and they defeated the Canaanites who dwelt in Sephath. After having doomed the city to destruction, they renamed it Hormah. Judah, however, did not occupy Gaza with its territory, Askelon with its territory, or Akaron with its territory. Okay, where was I? Sorry about the interruption. Since the Lord was with Judah, he gained possession of the mountain region. Yet he could not dislodge those who lived on the plain, because they had iron chariots. As Moses had commanded, Hebron was given to Caleb, who then drove it from the three sons of Enoch. The Benjaminites did not dislodge the Jebusites who dwelt in Jerusalem, with the result that the Jebusites live in Jerusalem beside the Benjaminites to the present day. The house of Joseph, too, marched up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. The house of Joseph had a reconnaissance made of Bethel, which formerly was called Luzah. The scouts saw a man coming out of the city and said to him, "Show us a way into the city, and we will spare you." He showed them a way into the city, which they then put to the sword. But they had let the man and his whole clan go free. He then went to the land of the Hethites, where he built a city and called it Luzah, that is, as it is still called. Manasse did not take possession of Bethsan with its towns, or of Taanach with its towns. Neither did he dislodge the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, those of Jeblaam and its towns, or those of Magadu and its towns. The Canaanites kept their hold in this district. When the Israelites grew stronger, they impressed the Canaanites as laborers, but did not drive them out. Similarly, the Ephraimites did not drive out the Canaanites, living in Aser. And so the Canaanites live in Aser in their midst. Zabulon did not dislodge the inhabitants of the Citron, or those of the Naalol. And the Canaanites live among them, but have become forced laborers. Nor did Aser drive out the inhabitants of Akko, or those of Sidon, or take possession of the Mahaleb, Akzib, Helba, Aphek, or Rohob. The Aserites live among the Canaanites, natives of the land, who they have not dislodged. Nephthali did not drive out the inhabitants of Beth Samis, or those of Beth Anath, and so they live among the Canaanite natives of the land. However, the inhabitants of the Beth Samis and the Beth Anath have become forced laborers for them. The Amorites hemmed in the Danites in the mountain region, not permitting them to go down into the plain. The Amorites had a firm hold in Har Harez, Aelon, and Saalibim. But as the house of Joseph gained the upper hand, they were oppressed as laborers. The territory of the Amorites extended from the Akrabim past the Selah and beyond. Woo! That's the end of chapter 1 of Judges. This is Bible Time Capsule. I am Citizen. Peace. Bye-bye.